Hey there. Today I'm in Mount Tabor Park, as most days during lockdown here, and it's just beautiful out here, and I thought I'd come out here and tell you a weird story from my life. Let's take a look at it from my point of view. Isn't that lovely? Beautiful day, the birds are singing. So I used to work at Plaid Pantry. It's a convenience store when I was in college, going to Mount Hood Community College out in the Gresham sort of area, 162nd and Gleason. A lot of weird things happened to me when I worked at the Plaid Pantry. A lot of weird things. I got robbed twice, once at gunpoint. The one at gunpoint was interesting because it was a real snowy day, and the guy came in with a face mask on, and he looked like normal. You know, everybody was wearing that. And he came in, of course, puts the gun in the pocket, points it at me, and says, "Give me all the money in the till." Like, how cliche, right? And I'm like, "Hey man, don't say that. Everybody says that, and it's not funny at all." And the guy, well, he pulls out the real gun, and he pretty much levels it right at my throat. And so I gave him all the money immediately in the till. Even asked him if he wanted something else. You want to pack a carton of cigarettes? He's like, yeah, give me a couple cartons of Marlboro Reds. And I give them to him, and he goes out of the store. And about a minute later, he comes back into the store. I still haven't called the police because I'm just standing there. Not even been a minute. He comes back in and goes, "Hey man, I'm sorry, it's Christmas and my kids need presents. And I'm sorry I scared you so bad, and I'm just sorry." And he turns around and he walks out into the snowy parking lot and into the night. I gave him a couple minutes before I called the police. Second time I got robbed at Umbrella Point. Get this. These two kids come in, and now is kind of the era of where nunchucks are really popular. And kids would get those portable umbrellas, you know, the ones that you can kind of have a little loop on them. Strap 4 of them, 2 on each hand, and start whipping them around like nunchucks. And so these kids come into the store doing that, and I'm like, "Knock it off, bug off, get out of here, kid. You're bugging me with your umbrella antics." And we'll pause as we kind of get past. There we go. Other people don't want to hear my story unless they're actually, clicked in to hear my story. Oh, a couple more people. We'll just get by. Are we even still? All right, we're back. We've made it to another part of the park here. Great view of downtown Portland, Oregon. Right there. Beautiful, beautiful day. But where was I? Oh yeah, I was getting robbed by guys with umbrellas. So yeah, I'm in the store, and these kids are whipping these umbrellas around like nunchucks, and I'm like, well, you can't be doing that. And the kid says, "Oh yeah, we're robbing you." And these kids are like 14. I'm like, "No, you're not robbing me. No one's gonna rob me with umbrellas." Whap, whap, I get smacked across the forehead. Cuts clean dash right into my forehead. And I immediately give it up. Yeah, I'm your faithful employee there. Gave it right up, gave them the money. They walked right into the cops. That was the funny thing. The cops were pulling into the parking lot as they were leaving the store. And that was that. But the weirdest thing that happened to me at Plaid Pantry when I was there. Why did you decide to cut out? Okay. So the weirdest thing that happened to me at Plaid Pantry when I was working there was I met a guy came up to me who I truly believed had been knocked over the head and was amnesic. Now you hear about this in the movies. I gotta be careful here as I'm walking down. Look at these stairs. It's so beautiful here. Squirrels. There's squirrels out. Anyway, one early morning, it was really early. I opened the place. I got maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm washing down the parking lot outside, and this guy comes stumbling up to me, and he is obviously bleeding from a head wound, but it's all matted, and it is the blood's dry and kind of flaky on his forehead. And he stumbles over to me and goes, "Hey man, where's Sandy?" I'm like, "Well, we're on 162nd and Gleason, so if you go down the hill here, you're gonna run into Halsey, then you're gonna run into Sandy." He's like, no, Sandy, Oregon. I'm like, well, that's about 20 miles out of town. That's way up the side of the mountain from here. I'm like, he's like, I gotta walk back home. Been walking all night long. I'm like, you're trying to tell me that you walked 162nd and Gleason from Sandy, Oregon with a head injury? Okay, why don't you come in the store and we'll call somebody, see if they can help you. Like, I get him in, he comes in, he sits down next to the video game machine that was there at the time. Hey, this dates this story. And he collapses, and I call the cops, and it takes him 2 hours to get there. In the meantime, I have asked him questions like, well, do you know who you are? He's like, no, I don't know who I am. I'm like, well, can I get a wallet? Perhaps you have a wallet that I could look inside and see, well, maybe there's some ID there, maybe a phone number I could call. No, he's gripping his wallet to his chest like it's his life bond. Like if I took that from him, he would immediately like pop like a balloon. But he held it to his chest, and he sat down next to the video game, and he went to sleep. During the 2 hours waiting for him, the police show up, and they're very nice, and they escort him out to the car. And the policeman comes back into the store and says, hey man, he said he had a wallet. And I'm like, yeah, he had a wallet. He wouldn't let me look at it. He's had it in his hand, clutched over there by the video game where he went to sleep. And we went over to look at the video game, and we looked all around, and apparently some bastard had come into the store, lifted his wallet while he was on his chest while he was sleeping, and then left the store. And in the meantime, if this guy was amnesic, then now we have absolutely no clue as to who he is. And that stuck with me for my whole life. I never found out. Of course, you never find out what happened in these situations. But truly, I wonder if this guy had to create a whole new life, start all over again. Who knows? But as you can kind of see, we're kind of making it to the end of Laurelhurst Walk here. I hope these little stories have entertained you. They've entertained me and made me look like a fool as I'm walking along the path with other people. As I try not to film other people. Hope you're happy, healthy, and coping. Today's just like tomorrow, I know. But tomorrow can be all right. Later.